Act 2, Scene 2, line 95 through 175. Angelica, how dare you take this liberty? Withdraw. Pray, tell me, sir, are not you guilty of the same mercenary crime? When a lady is proposed to you for a wife, you never ask how fair, discreet, or virtuous she is, but what her fortune, which if but small, you cry. She will not do my business, and basely leave her, though she languish you. Say, is not this as poor? Wilmore, it is a barbarous custom, which I will scorn to defend in our sex, and do despise in yours. Angelica, thou brave fellow, put up thy gold, and know that were thy fortune large as thy soul, thou shalt not buy my love. Could thou forget those mean effects of vanity which set me out to stall, and as lover prize my yielding joys? Canst thou believe thou be entirely thine, without considering thy were mercenary? Wilmore, I cannot tell. I must bethink me first. Ha! Death, I am going to believe her. Angelica, prith confirm that faith, or if thou cannot, not flatter me a little. 'Twould please me from my mouth. Wilmore, curse on thy charming tongue. Dost thou return my frightened contempt with so much subtlety? Thou'st found the easiest way into my heart. Though I yet know that all thou saidst is false. Turning from her in range, Angelica, by all that's good, 'tis real, I never loved before, though oft a mistress. Shall my first vow be slighted? Wilmore, what can she mean? Angelica, I find you cannot credit me. Wilmore, I know you take me for an arrant ass, an ass that may be soothed into belief, and then be used as pleasure. But madam, I have been so often cheated by prejudice, soft, deluging hypocrites, that I have no faith and left for the cozening of sex, especially for women of your trade. Angelica, the low esteem you have of me perhaps may bring my heart again, for I have pride that yet surmounts my love. Wilmore, thou oft this pride, this enemy to bliss, and show the power of love. 'Twas with those arms I can be only vanquished, made a slave. Angelica, is all my mighty expectation vanished? No, I will not hear thee talk. Thou hast a charm in every word that draws my heart away, and all the thousand trophies I designed thou hast undone. Why thou'rt soft? Why art thou soft? Thy looks are bravely row and meant for war. Couldn't thou not storm on still? I then, perhaps, had been as free as thou. Wilmore, death, how she throw her fire about my soul! Take heed, fair creature, how you raise my hope, which one assumed pretends to all dominion. There is not a joy thou hast in store. I shall not then condemn, for which I'll pay thee back my soul, my life. Come, let's begin, then account this happy minute. Angelica, and will you pay me then the price I ask? Wilmore, oh why doubts thou draw me from an awful worship, by showing thou art no divinity? Conceal the fiend, and show me all the angel. Keep me but ignorant, and I'll be devout, and pay my vows forever at this shrine. Angelica, the pay I mean, it's but thy love for mine. Can you give that? Wilmore, entirely. Come, let's draw, where I'll renew my vow, and breathe 'em with such a door thou shalt not doubt my zeal. Angelica, thou hast power too strong to be resisted. Mortia, Mortia, now my curse go with you. Is all your projects fallen to this? To love the only enemy to our trade? Thou to love such a Shumor, a very beggar, nay, a pirate, beggar whose business is to rifle and to be gone, a non-purchase, non-pay? Tirdy Lenham, in English, Pickerum, a rogue that fights for daily drinks and take pride in being loyal, lousy. Oh, I could curse now if I durst. This is the fate of the most whores. Trophies, which from believing fops we win, and spoiled to those who's cozen us again. So to analyze the scene, both Angelica and Wilmore are discussing the system by which they live in that allows them to marry in a way. Um, Many people in this time period and in this play are allowed to get married the traditional way, but it has become something that is unknown to them, and that's something that this passage is actually talking about. Um, Within this system, women are forced to sell themselves, are forced to depend on their brothers and husbands. Brothers and fathers to secure them a mate, a husband, uh, whether they like it or not. And what's happening with Angelica is that she's selling herself as a prostitute was for a monthly cost, and that way she can control what is going on and how the relationship is to be. The fact that he's making men actually buy her at a monthly cost shows how much the idea of natural love is just out of the minds of people within this play. That is until it is considered by Angelica within the scene. Um, Angelica does something very, I want to say, noble. He confronts and asks Wilmore as to why he thinks the way he does it. If he had nothing, no beauty or fortune, would he still like her? Would he still want her? And being the man that he is, he says yes. He accepts it. He accepts the fact that he would rather have her without having to pay her. Um, if you were to also look before this scene, or before the line that I just read, you would see that Wilmore actually insulted Angelica by stating that he would get a couple other people together so they may buy her as well. This is common practice. It would seem to be common practice within the Restoration period. That men would buy women for a monthly cost because they're not able to handle a relationship between husband and wife. Um, it is also within this reading that we find out that Wilmore is actually a better man than we first initially thought. He is certainly a different man than the men within the play. But if you were to go on further reading throughout the whole story, you also see him switching sides or switching beliefs. Does he actually believe in real love? A commitment of a sort. And by the end of this scene, you do see him that he does believe that. But by the end of the story, it's actually more believable that he's not. It's very questionable. Um,